Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Champions playthrough. We're going to be doing our monthly challenge, Marvel Shuffled monthly challenge for August. So let's see what we get on the randomizer here. Okay, we've got Bishop and Justice against Ultron and Reavers. This shouldn't be too bad, so let's go ahead and we'll go down to the table and we'll take a look at the deck that we make for this. Forgot to turn the lights on. Okay, so the kind of general gist here. Let me just moving stuff around. Okay, so the kind of general gist here, and this is, I mean, Bishop's strong just in general. So kind of what we got going on is that the Reavers is a pretty heavy, it's like pretty heavy for minions, like it's all minions. And of course Ultron will be creating drones, so it's pretty minion heavy. So I'm kind of combating the minions with a bunch of allies. We have a ton of allies here. They're expensive. Usually it's a little more expensive than I like to run. But we have a lot of resources because we're going to have the 3 stored energies as well as our doubles and the Power of Justice. The Power of Justice cards are really just to bring out our Justice allies because they're big enough. Under Surveillance will give us a little bit of leeway. And I figured I wanted to run 3 Mutant Educations, but I didn't. I mean, I guess I could still run 3, but I don't like doing more than 40. So we've got build support to try to get out. Is there not an upgrade one? No. Superpower trainings to get out any of his upgrades. So we've got his uniform or his rifle. We do have build support for... I guess I don't even need build support because the only support we have is X-Jet. So we're swapping that out. I don't need build support. We'll just add another Mutant Education. Because we're going to be discarding cards with Bishop, so this will help us just throw stuff back into the deck. So we're actually not going to use build support. We've got take on the guards, which is each player may discard 1 non-elite minion in play. This is just kind of in case. And then we've got lay the trap. The player who defeats this scheme deals 5 damage to the villain. So this is another thing to kind of set ourselves up. So we really want to pop this sooner than later, but these two are kind of just situational when the time comes for them. And then really we've got Clear the Area is like one of my favorite Justice cards. It's super straightforward. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. If it's the last threat, draw a card. X-Chain and X-Jetter for resource generation. Under Surveillance, like I said, is kind of keep the scheme held back. We've got some pretty standard allies here. So Professor X, of course. Marrow. After she enters play, deal 2 damage to an enemy. That'll help deal with the minions. Kind of weaken some of them because some of them, like, these guys are a little chunkier. Also, the Ultron bots. Posse, or White Fox, after you discard from top of your deck, put her into play. We'll be discarding stuff because of Bishop. Beak is always solid. After you play Beak, move 1 threat for each ally you control. So that could do 1 or 2 depending on an Angel. Reduce the cost. He's just solid for a character. And then we've got Guess Who Jones, get +1 for each side scheme in play, +1 thwart. Daredevil, after Daredevil thwarts, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So this is kind of threat control, and then it'll also get rid of the Ultron bots. Dazzler's pretty straightforward. When she enters play, confuse the enemy. And then we've got Feral, which I don't ever see used, but I thought would be fun. After Feral thwarts, discard top card of your deck. If it's for each resource icon discarded this way, deal 1 damage to a villain. So we should be able to kind of mitigate the issues with the Ultron bots with thwarting with these guys. So that's kind of the thought there. So that's the deck. So let's go ahead and get shuffled up. We'll get everything set up and we'll do the playthrough. Okay, so let's look at the Bishop stuff first, and then we'll get into the Ultron stuff, just because Ultron, as with most villains, is just a little more involved. He starts with 17 health. So Bishop here. Lucas Bishop, he's... has 4 recovery, temporally displaced. This is a response after you change this form. Add a temporal card from your discard pile to your hand. Has 6 hand size, 12 health, and then Bishop is a 2/2/1. Energy absorption. Response after Bishop takes any meta damage from an attack. Discard an equal number of cards from the top of your deck. Add each resource card discarded to your hand this way. So I didn't put Digging Deep because we're going to end up getting them anyway. So it didn't feel like it felt like I was just putting way too many resources at that point, so we didn't do Digging Deep. But so we've got standard 3. We've got Ultron here. He's a 1/2. After Ultron attacks you, choose to place one threat on the main scheme or put the top card of your deck into play face down as a drone minion. That's when he attacks. We have Crimson Cowl as the first main scheme. Put Ultron, so set up, put Ultron drones into play, shuffle the encounter deck, advance to stage 1B. And then it says, when revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck face down, engaged with them as a drone minion. So we're going to do that. And drone minions are going to be this. Each face down drone minion engaged with a player has a base scheme of 1, a base attack of 1, and 1 hit point. Force response after face down drone minion is defeated, place that card into the owner's discard pile. Okay. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take a look at what we have here. Okay. So we could get Jessica Jones out. She's not gonna really do a whole lot. Supercharge would be nice, but I don't want to use that quite yet. We just have a lot of a lot of stuff I don't really want to use. So I think we're gonna keep Supercharged, the Power of Justice, and X-Jet, and we're gonna discard everything else. Let's draw up. Okay. Interesting. Now the problem is there's no threat on any scheme, so it's not going to really do us any good to do Feral, but we could get her out, which would be nice just to have. So let's flip. We're going to discard Stored Energy and Concussive Blast for X-Jet. So exhaust the X-Jet to generate a wild resource for a player whose identity has the X-Men trait. So we're going to bring that into play. Let's exhaust this, discard the Power of Justice and Supercharge for Feral. After Feral thwarts, discard the top card of your deck. Each resource icon discard this way deals 1 damage to the villain. Oh, it does it to the villain, not to minions. So, well, that's fine either way. Okay. So, I guess, while we're here, we'll just exhaust them both to take this out and do 2 damage to Ultron. So, okay, let's draw up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, threat will be added to the main scheme. He's going to attack for 2. We're going to take the hit. So it says after Bishop takes any amount of damage from an attack. So he's going to do 3 damage. So we're going to discard top 3 cards of the deck. And they all just get discarded. So we're down to 9. Then we're going to choose to add threat to the main scheme instead of bringing in one of those. And then we're going to do an encounter card, Sinister Strike. Place 1 threat on pursuit. Oh, place 1 threat on pursuit by the past. And if it has any counters on it, it don't attack you. So we're going to add a pursuit counter. Ultron will attack us for 2. We're going to take the hit. So 2, 3. So 3 cards get discarded. We're at 6 health. We're going to get that card to our hand because it's a resource. Then we're going to bring in one of these as the response. All right, I think that took care of everything. So, got a lot going on here. Oh, I guess I could have done energy conversion. I wasn't even paying attention. Let me pretend I did energy conversion. So energy conversion, I'm going to mulligan a bit. After we took that attack is when an enemy attacks you, shuffle each resource card in your discard pile into your deck. You cannot take more than 3 damage from this attack, which we only took 3 damage, so. So really, this would come in after we did that energy conversion. And if I mess that timing up, it's fine. Okay. So let's do energy conversion for clear the area. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. If it removes the last threat on that scheme, draw a card. So we're going to do that. Strength. Okay. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted, but you know what? It's fine. We're going to exhaust X-Jet and discard Strength for White Fox. So after White Fox is discarded from the top of your deck, put her into play, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to have White Fox take this out. She takes Consequential. We'll have Feral hit Ultron for 2. Do I want... We're actually gonna flip and have Bishop recover. Oh, and then we get to add a temporal card back to our deck. We're gonna add Bishop's Rifle. Okay, and then we're gonna draw up. Okay, threat will be added. He'll scheme for 1, 2, 3. So that pops that. We're on to Assault on NORAD. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck into play face down, engage with them as a drone minion, advance to 2B. And then it says, after placing threat here during the step 1 of the villain phase, each player must choose to either place 2 threat on here or put the top card of their deck face down as a minion, or drone minion. So that comes in, it schemes for 1. We have an encounter card. Ultron's Imperative. When revealed, the first player puts the top 2 cards of their deck face down, engage with them as drone minions. Lovely. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. So, we've got a couple things. Let's do Mutant Education. So choose up to 2 identity-specific cards and shuffle them back into your deck. Let's do Command Authority and Supercharged. Okay. We're going to flip. So, let's see what we got here. We'll spend Genius for Marrow. Play only if you have an X-Force or X-Men trait. After Marrow enters play, deal 2 damage to an enemy. So we're going to deal 2 damage to that enemy. It's defeated. We're going to have White Fox take out this. We're going to have Feral thwart 2 from here. This is defeated. And then now, after she thwarts, discard the top card of your deck. For each resource icon, discard this way, deal 1 damage to the villain. But she's defeated from Consequential. Let's discard Energy for Beak. After you play Beak from your hand, remove 1 threat from a scheme for each X-Men ally you control. We control 1, so that gets removed. Beak will take out the last one. And then we'll have Marrow and Bishop hit Ultron for 4 total. And we're going to keep Dazzler. No, I'll discard Dazzler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Threat will be added to the main scheme. We're going to choose to put 2 threat on the main scheme instead of bringing a drone. He's going to attack for 2. We're going to take that hit, so it's going to be 2. Choose to either spend a blue resource or put the face down card. And, okay. We're going to choose to spend that resource so we don't put a card down, but we're going to take 2 damage, and then we'll discard the top 2 cards of our deck. We'll get that resource. And then we have an encounter card here. Oh, after he attacks you, place a threat on the main scheme or put a minion. We're going to place threat on the main scheme. And then we're going to encounter card, which will be Murray Reese. They have teamwork, so there's no other Reaver in play. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Cybernetic Enhancements and attach it to Murray Reese. Shuffle. So let's look at the discard pile first. There is none there. So Cybernetic Enhancements. There we go. So that's going to attach to him. Attach to minion, otherwise it's gain surge. Attach minion cannot take damage. Force response after attach minion is attacks. Discard Cybernetic Enhancements. Well, that's annoying. Like, that's really annoying. Okay. Comes in with the +1. Alright, let's see what we got. So we can't deal with him, unfortunately. So, how do we want to play this here? I want to clear the area and get rid of this stuff. We'll thwart to a bishop. We'll exhaust X-Jet for clear the area to remove the last 2 threat and draw a card. Oh, we have his uniform. Let's spend stored energy for Bishop's Rifle. Exhaust Bishop's Rifle. Choose 1 enemy. Deal 1 damage to the enemy for each resource card in your hand. This attack gains range. We'll exhaust and deal 1 damage for the 1 resource card. Then we'll discard Supercharged in the Power of Justice for Bishop's Uniform. After you resolve Bishop's Energy Absorption ability, exhaust Bishop's Uniform to heal 1 damage from Bishop for each resource card in your hand. Okay, so we really can't do anything except hit Ultron. We're going to keep our guys around because they're all going to die. So we're going to wait and just end our go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay, that's interesting because there's 3 resources. So we're first going to put threat on the main scheme, and then we're going to choose to put 2 threat on the main scheme. He's going to attack for 2. We are actually going to take the hit. No, we're going to block with White Fox. So 2. We're going to put a counter on Pursued by the Past. So White Fox is defeated. Then we're going to choose to add threat to the main scheme for that effect. Murray Reese is going to attack us. We're going to take the hit for 3. So we're going to take 3 damage. Then this gets discarded. And then we would discard cards from top of our deck. So that gets discarded. We get an encounter card. This gets shuffled. Then we're going to exhaust Bishop's Uniform to heal 3 because we have 3 resource cards. So we're going to do that. Okay. Then we have another encounter card. So encounter card number 1. Fear the Future. You may flip to Alter Ego. Exhaust Bishop to remove this from the game, or discard this card and each resource card from your hand. If no resource card is discarded this way, this card gains Surge. We're going to flip and exhaust to get rid of this. Then we have our next card, which will be Upgraded Drones. Attached to the deal, they get +1/+1. You can spend 1 of each resource to discard this card. Okay. Alright, so the fact that we're flipped is not great. We'll flip back over. Let's do Bishop's Rifle to deal 1 damage to an enemy for each resource card in our hand. So he's gone because we have 3. Let's discard Stored Power and the Power of Justice for Daredevil. After Daredevil thwarts, deal 1 damage to an enemy. We are going to have Daredevil thwart 2, deal 1 damage to Ultron. We're going to have Mira and Beak both thwart 2. Get rid of that. And then finally we're going to exhaust X-Jet and discard stored energy for Randall. Randall is 2/1. Discard a resource card from your hand. Ready Randall. If that card is a printed yellow resource, heal 1 from Randall. And we're going to end the go. I guess I could have... Actually, hold on. Let me think about this. Let me use the 2 of them to attack Ultron, putting him at 3. And then we're going to bring Randall in and exhaust Randall to remove 2 threat from there instead of doing that. We'll do it that way. And then we'll ready everybody up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Threat will be added. We're going to put 2 threat on the main scheme. He's going to attack us for 2. We're going to take the hit, so it's going to be 2, 3, 4. We're going to discard 4 cards. We're going to add threat to the main scheme for his force response. But as this response, we're going to discard 4 cards from top of the deck. No resources get added to our hand, and then we're going to exhaust Bishop's Uniform to heal 2, or heal 1, so we're at 5. We're going to play this, which will be the Reavers. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme discards cards from the encounter deck until a Reaver minion is discarded, then reveal that minion. Lovely. Okay. So, oh, I have energy conversion. I keep forgetting about that card. But that's okay. And I guess superpower training is not going to really matter from the perspective of, I have my 2 upgrades out, so that's not going to really matter. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to have Randall thwart 2. He takes consequential. We're going to use his ability to discard superpower training to ready Randall and heal him. We're going to thwart 2 again. We are going to have, let's see, Let's discard energy conversion for lay the trap. So when defeated, the player who defeats this scheme deals 5 damage to the villain. It comes in with 3. We're going to play Supercharged, which, actually, hold on. Let's exhaust X-Jet for lay the trap, and we're going to keep energy conversion. Then we're going to play Supercharged. Action is discard a card from your hand to place 1 threat on one charge counter for each resource icon on that card. And it says when you make a basic attack, discard Supercharged, you get +2 attack to this for each charge counter here to a maximum +8. We are then going to use Bishop's Rife. Do I want to flip him? Okay. I think what I want to do is like kind of wait and hit Ultron all at once. So we're going to see if we can kind of do that. I'm going to keep energy conversion. I want to bring a Reaver out and kind of take him out. So I think the best way to go about doing that would be to have him thwart 2 from this. This gets defeated. We're going to discard till a Reaver comes out. Okay, we have Donald Pierce. He is villainous, which means he'll have a boost card. After Donald Pierce engages with you, reveal the topmost Reaver minion from the discard pile. So he comes in. He's revealed. He's going to attack us because of teamwork, and then we're going to attach that to him. So he's going to attack us for 3. We're going to take the hit, so that's going to put us down to 2 health. We're going to discard 3 cards. No things there. Okay, well that didn't really work out the way I was hoping, so that kind of is unfortunate. Let's do this to ping 1 damage onto him for... Oh, I guess I could have done energy conversion again. Do we want to do energy conversion? Yeah, let's do energy conversion as in or when an attack, shuffle each one into your discard pile onto your deck. You cannot take more than 3 damage from this attack. But I think I'd have to do it before, so we're just going to leave it. But we are going to ping 1 damage onto Donald Pierce. We're going to have Daredevil thwart 2. Deal 1 damage to an enemy. And then we're going to discard Strength for Supercharged to give it +2 counters. And we're going to flip down, which will give us a temporal card back into our deck. So let's add stored energy back into our deck. We're going to discard energy conversion and ready up. Okay. Okay, so we're going to add threat to the main scheme. He is going to scheme, okay, and then it says we can either bring a bot in or we'll bring a bot. We'll bring a, no, but they get +1, so it doesn't matter. So we'll add 2 threat to the main scheme. He's going to scheme for 1. After this is pursued by the pass, place a counter on there. So he schemes for 1. A counter gets added. He schemes for 1, 2, 3, because of his villainous, so. And then he schemes for 1. This pops at 10. Countdown to Oblivion. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck as a drone minion. And then Countdown to Oblivion. This threat cannot be removed from this scheme. If this stage is completed, the players lose. Okay. So we're going to have to kind of accelerate the end of the game here. So this comes in. It schemes for 2. And then we have an encounter card. So our encounter card is going to be Wade Cole, Teamwork. So he's going to scheme for 1. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Cybernetic Enhancements and attach it to him. So he schemes for 1. Oh my gosh. So we don't have very much time. Okay, that gets added to him. Okay, so we're going to see how we can make this work here. So, how can we make this work? we basically need to take Ultron out. He'll come in with 22, and we need to be able to just deal with him then. If we do Supercharge, that's 8. We have Concussive Blast, deal 6 damage to an enemy if you paid this event using a resource card, Ready Bishop. And then if we can get rid of this, that's 5 damage. Can we math this out? We're going to have to deal with him first. Okay, let's see what we can do. We might be able to do with this. We might be able to do something with this. I've got to remove the threat, though. Okay, we're going to flip. We're going to exhaust his rifle to do 2 damage. I need them to thwart this. So I need to figure a way to ping 2 off of him, or ping 1 damage off of him. Can I do this? Because I have no printed yellow resource for Randall to heal him and ready him. Oh, this is what we're going to do. We're going to use Daredevil to thwart 2 from this. Deals 1 damage to an enemy. He takes the damage. He's defeated from consequential. Okay, I think we've got, hopefully we've got this. I haven't mathed out what it's going to take to do this. So Ultron stage 2 comes in. He's 2/2. When Ultron attacks you, put the top card of the deck into your face down. Engage with your drone minion until the end of turn. Ultron gets +1 attack for each drone minion engaged with you. He comes in with 22 health. We are then going to have Randall thwart this, which is going to deal 5 damage to the villain. Puts him to 17. Randall's defeated. We discard these 2 for that. Really, it would be probably beneficial to use this for this so we can get the ready. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to discard Genius to place a counter, 1 counter in here for each resource icon. To put that on there. We're going to swing for 2. We're going to discard each counter. That's going to give us, yeah, +2 attack for each counter, up to +8. So there's 4 counters on here, so it's going to give us +8 attack, making it 10. You may make a basic attack, discard supercharge. You get +2 attack for each counter, charge counter on here. So he takes 10 damage. We're then going to discard the power of justice. Take out the guards, and X-Jet, we're going to exhaust that for Concussive Blast. Deal 6 damage to an enemy if you paid this event with a resource card, Ready Bishop. We did, so it's 6 damage to him. He's at 1 health. We're going to Ready Bishop, and Bishop's going to attack him and take him out. Okay, so we managed to make that work. Oh, that was getting really hairy. So, that's going to be the playthrough. You know, the deck isn't anything special. We actually didn't even get to use a bunch of cards. So it just ended up being that way. Bishop is pretty strong in general, so I don't think it takes a lot to have to really work around so long as you have resources. I don't think you could really swap a lot of this stuff out. But I love Clear the Area, so I'm glad we got Justice. But yeah, that's going to be it. I think I got everything right. If I didn't, let me know. But this was going to be a problem. If we didn't win now, we weren't going to win anyway. So let me know what you guys thought, what you guys would have done for Bishop. And I think pretty much going forward, I think now I'm going to start making my own decks. So they should all just be my own from that perspective. And if I end up using someone else's, I'll call that out and say, like, this is trying out so-and-so's deck or whatever. And I always give credit in the description anyway, but I think going forward, I want to try to just make my own decks. So you should see that happening, especially after this week. I have a campaign playthrough for Rise of Red Skull, so that's a deck I made for that. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought. You guys like Bishop? He's probably one of my favorite characters, honestly. He's so good. He's a lot of fun. So he's right up there with Domino, in my opinion. Like, of just being able to just dump resources from your deck and do fun stuff with the discarding thing. I think that's fun. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.